Everybody, your buddy Cal here, caught up Kevin Sestair, Rocket Raceway Park. Man, Kevin, pretty excited about the 10th Annual Bryan Mize Memorial. And what I want to do with you today is just kind of talk about how it all began. And let's walk everybody through, kind of get everybody up to speed. We were talking earlier in the week, there's probably going to be some folks out here racing that may have not even been born when you and Brian was winning a lot of races and stuff. So kind of want to get a little back history and stuff. So kind of tell us who Brian was and kind of how you guys built this relationship.
Well, so Brian was my crew chief for many years in the modified division. Won a lot of races together. A lot of people. He set up a lot of cars for a lot of different racers, and so he was well known back in the day. Still well known today. I mean, I hope he is. I hope we've done him a good job by kind of carrying his name for the last 10 years, just kind of keeping everybody aware of what he did and what he accomplished as a crew chief and just the stuff that he did. So
he was good. He took a guy like you, and y'all won a lot of races together. I mean, that's a testament. You was a decent racer. He come on board, and you started winning racing. I've got a lot of stories. We won't talk about all of them, but we had a lot of good times together, running around doing things with you. And he ultimately passed away, and that was tough on everybody. What was the decision-making process as far as wanting to do a race for him? I know that was important to you, and I understand the time, but maybe the folks at home, let's kind of fill them on how that all came about.
Well, it all kind of came about relatively quick. You were a big part of that, as many people know. We caught wind that track was wanting to put a memorial race on for him, and we kind of got together and was like, if we're going to do a memorial race, let's do it ourselves and make sure we do it the right way. And not saying that they would have done it, not done it the right way, but it was one of those deals where
that race was going to mean a lot to you, and I think that's the best way to put that there.
So we wanted to make sure it was done right, and it means a lot to me and you and a lot of other people. So we wanted to make sure that we did it the right way, and I think we did. The first one was a huge hit. The next two or three were really big, really good. It kind of tapered off there about year 4 or 5, which that's with any memorial race. They typically will kind of fall off a little bit. Last few years have kind of picked back up. So I think this year being the 10th annual, wanting to do the 10,000 win, kind of get back to that original format of the IMCA modifieds and then having an open modified division as well. I know a lot of tracks aren't doing that anymore. They kind of started combining the classes, but kind of want to get back to the old format of 2 separate modified divisions, good payouts throughout the field, and I think we've accomplished that with this year's format.
What are you expecting out of this year's race? I mean, I want people to understand a little bit. Memorial races are a challenge, and I'll speak on this behalf. We've been involved in a few. I'll tell you where they're a challenge because you're honoring somebody, and so there's a lot more pressure than just putting on a good car race on that, trying to do it. So I think you've done a great job with that, actually, and a lot of folks have done a great job with the different races around our area with doing that. But what do you want to accomplish with the 10th annual? Like you put the money up there, like we hear that all the time. Racers, we need more money. Well, you did it.
Right.
It's 10,000, 1,000 to start. That's pretty salty.
Right.
What was kind of the motive behind that?
Just as a racer, as a past racer, 10,000 wins, good money, but you always see these races that may pay top heavy, and it might not pay real good through the field, and it might not pay as good to start. So we wanted to make it where guys could come out and 1,000 to start. It's hard to even find races that pay that much to win. Right. There's a lot more than what there was back in the day, but for the IMCA modified guys, I think for them, I think this is going to be a pretty special show for those guys. Our open guys, they race for some good money, pretty much year round. But 1,000 to start, that's still a pretty good purse. There's traveling late model shows that don't pay that. So this is, by the time you add those 2 classes together with the factory stock and the limited and the eco mod, I think it came in right at close to $110,000 is what kind of purse money we're going to be putting out. And
we're stop you there, folks. I want you to make sure you understood that a 2-day event here in Petty, Texas, Rockaway, over $100,000 is going to be on the line for the 10th annual Bryan Mize Memorial. Now, I didn't mean to cut you off, but let me segue into that. That's a lot of money.
Yes.
So what do you need on your behalf to make this race memorable, make it remarkable, and to make it work?
Well, you know, I mean, it's like any big race that you put on. You need to get a good fan count. You know, you need a good crowd. You need a good back gate. I think we've run the numbers, and I think everything's going to work out just fine. You know, we're shooting for 50 modifieds in each division is kind of the low number that we're shooting for. I'm hoping we get 60 to 70 in each division. You know, the other classes kind of the same. You know, 30 to 40 in each one of those classes, and then, you know, we'd like to have 1,000 to 2,000 people in the grandstand. That'd be an awesome weekend. And you know, this race, it's not really about the money. You know, it's more about just, hey, we want this to be a marquee event, and we want the 10th annual to mean something special. And when we, you know,
you made it a money about the racers. And I remember Brian one time, we was in Abilene, Texas. I think you won and got DQ'd. And it was a 3,000 or 4,000 to win show. And I remember he was like, I can't believe we got DQ'd because that was a lot of money. And I remember him talking about that was a lot of money, and he wanted the car, and I'm sure he was on a percent deal to make that money. So for me, it's kind of cool to see the big money, because I think if Brian was here today, that's what he would want to see. He would want to see these guys that work on these cars, that drive these cars, that pay for these cars, to go out and compete for some good money top to bottom. Right. Because I remember him talking about that a long time. I remember one time y'all was going to some of the races, I don't know where we're going, don't pay nothing. Right. You know, and which he's probably cherry picking, right. You know, back in the day or something. But folks, he said something I want to talk about real quick, and I don't know, Xander, if you can shoot back, but these bleachers right here behind us, 2,500 people. We can put 2,500 people in this. So I want to challenge you, folks. If you don't do anything else Labor Day weekend, head out to the Rocket Raceway Park. And let me tell you what's cool about that. Like racing and stuff, the atmosphere is incredible when you got a good house. When there's a good crowd, it's incredible. Folks, this is going to be a great show. So I'm going to ask you, and we'll kind of wrap this up. The event, I think, is going to be phenomenal. I think what you built with it's going to be phenomenal. I think the growth of it's going to continue on. I'm going to ask you two questions. I want you to talk to the racer right quick and explain to them why this is a good weekend for them, and then I want you to tell the race fans why it's going to be a great weekend for them as well.
Well, the racer, you know, I mean, I think we've got the entry fee set, and I think we've got the pit passes. By the time you figure all that in, you know, if you make the A main, you're still going to come away with you're going to come away with some money. So, you know, that was our biggest thing, just trying to get that purse to where it made sense for everybody, not just the winner. It made sense for, you know, 20th through 12th or whatever the case may be. So we look at that. The crowd, you know, as a race fan, I'm still a race fan. Always have been, always will be. As a race fan, you know, 50 to 60 badass open mods, and then another 50 to 60 badass IMCA mods here on this track. And I'm not saying it's just because it's my place or facility or whatnot.
The race is good, man.
It just races good, and Raymond's done a phenomenal job with the track and the surface and everything this year, and it just races good. So, you know, from a fan's perspective, I mean, it's going to be some badass racing, and hopefully we'll have a good crowd, and these guys, I know from a racer's perspective, when you pull through or pull on the track and you see a full house, it just amps everything up a little bit more and makes it a little bit more special. So, like I said, the races, we're paying a good chunk of change here. I want guys to come and race this race because it's the Bryan Mize Memorial, and we'll have some badass trophies from Owen Pittman again. So, you know, at the end of the day, I don't know that I think guys would come and race this race for 1,000 to win. To be honest with you, just because it's got a cool ass trophy, and it's the Bryan Mize Memorial, and it's kind of what it's become. So the money deal is just something to give back to the racers and let them know how much we appreciate them.
I think it
helps
everybody.
Over the last
That's
10
right.
years.
Everybody helps. Folks, we're going to wrap this up, but let me tell you, I'll brag about him a little bit. I don't do this often, so you're going to have to dog me. Okay, he probably has one of the nicest facilities in the southern part of the United States. But I was talking to a gentleman earlier on the phone, and he's been out here the last 4 weekends watching you race. He said the last time y'all raced, y'all had the best racetrack he's ever been to. He's well into his 70s. He said, I've raced and I've been a lot of places. He said the racing surface was phenomenal. Folks, you want to get out here. Grandstand side, the general admission is going to be hopping. The food's reasonably priced. You got a lot of cool stuff. But I guarantee you're going to see 3, 4. I've seen 5 wide racing coming out of turn 2 a few times. So from the racing perspective, it's good money, like I say, top to bottom. You're going to get a fair shake. It's going to be an awesome venue. I have no doubt about that. That's one thing I've said about Kevin since there in all the years I've known him. I don't have to ever worry about the facility because you're going to have this thing top shelf. The guys come out here, put on a show. Let's honor Brian's memory. He would love it. I'm sure you're going to be looking down, watching some good racing, and probably telling some guys they missed the setup or whatever. You know what I mean? Anyway, take us home. Tell us when it is, where they can go to get more information, and all that good stuff. And folks, we'll see you at Rocket Raceway Park for the 10th Annual Bryan Mize. Take it away.
So we'll have, you can find everything you need on our social media, Facebook, all that good stuff, website. All that information's out there. My race pass has all that information. You can, pre-entries are open now. They'll end on, I believe, August the 19th. At that point, it'll go up to whatever that number is or whatnot. But we'll practice on Thursday, August the 29th, I believe. We'll come back Friday, August the 30th. That'll be heats and qualifying features. And then we'll come back with last chance races and features on Saturday, August 31st. So that's Labor Day weekend. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then guys, I believe, can go to RPM for the Ronnie Sigmund Memorial on Labor Day Sunday. So,
and the good thing is, folks, here we want you here at the facility. But when we sell out, because I think you might have a shot at selling this thing out. I think it'll be awesome. Don't forget, our good friends at Race On will have all the action live for you, so can't thank them enough. Kevin, I'm looking forward to it, man. Like, I can't wait. Like, it's a bucket list race every year for me. Haven't missed one yet. I'm going to be out here for this one. So, anyway, check them out, Rocket Raceway Park, on all the socials. You can check them out. I think it's rocketracewaypark.com. Phone numbers are everywhere. If you need something, give him a call, man. We look forward to seeing everybody at the 10th Annual Bryan Mize Memorial Labor Day weekend. Twin 10,000 to win modifieds. Boy, I get chills just talking about it. We'll see everybody soon.